Hello, my dear 8th standard students. Science second chapter, microorganisms. We have to start. Let us start second chapter, microorganisms. See, microorganisms are also called microbes. Microbes, or it is also called microorganism. Micro means very small, that you cannot see with your naked eyes. Such living organisms are called microorganisms. So these microorganisms are very small, that you cannot see with your naked eyes. Only it is possible to see under the powerful microscope. So what is a microscope? It is a magnifying instrument. Small objects can be seen big in that microscope. So since microorganisms are very small, in microscope you can see these microorganisms. Robert Hooke discovered cell, because these microorganisms are living organisms, they are made up of cells. So first Robert Hooke discovered cells. After his discovery of cell, a French scientist by name Louis Pasteur discovered microorganisms. So with the help of the discovery of cell by Robert Hooke, it was helpful for Louis Pasteur to discover microorganisms. Louis Pasteur is also called father of microbiology, because Louis Pasteur, he studied deeply about these microorganisms, their characteristics, their behavior, everything he studied in detail. So Louis Pasteur is called father of microbiology. He was the first to discover microorganisms. There are 5 major types of microorganisms. See, there are 5 major types of microorganisms. They are: first one bacteria, second virus, third algae, fourth one is protozoa, and fifth one is fungi. These are the 5 microorganisms. We'll see bacteria. See, bacteria, they exist independently outside, and there are some bacteria which live in the body of the host, means they live in the body of other living organism. Some bacteria live independently outside in the atmosphere. So in bacteria there are different shapes. First one is called cocci. This type of bacteria is round shape. See, there I have shown round. Cocci bacteria, it is a round shaped bacteria. Second one is bacillus, means rod shape, long rod shaped bacteria are called bacillus. Third one is spirulum. Spirulum means its shape will be like a spiral, spring shape. Such type of bacteria are called spirulum. Fourth one is vibrio bacteria. Its shape will be like a comma shape. When you write a sentence, you will put comma. That comma shape is this bacteria, vibrio bacteria. It is comma shaped bacteria. Here in the box also I have shown the shapes of bacteria. Cocci, bacillus, spirulum and vibrio are the 4 shapes of bacteria. See, these bacteria are microscopic. They are unicellular. They are made up of only one cell. Understood? That is why they are very small. It is a single-celled organism. In bacteria, there are useful bacteria as well as harmful bacteria. So harmful bacteria cause diseases. Which are those disease-causing bacteria? Disease-causing bacteria cause diseases like typhoid, cholera and tuberculosis. These diseases are caused by bacteria. Typhoid is caused by a bacteria by name Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi bacteria cause disease typhoid. Cholera is caused by bacteria Vibrio bacteria cause cholera disease. Like this, there are different types of diseases caused by different types of bacteria. Typhoid is caused by Salmonella bacteria. Cholera is caused by Vibrio bacteria. Tuberculosis, like this, diseases are caused by bacteria. And there are some useful bacteria also, like Lactobacillus bacteria. It is a rod shaped bacteria. This bacteria helps in converting milk into curds. When you take a milk in a vessel and put some curd in that milk, after few hours, what happens? These bacteria, they reproduce in the milk and completely occupy the milk. Hence it is converted into curd. So Lactobacillus bacteria help in changing milk into curd. One more bacteria is there, Rhizobium bacteria. It is in the soil. It helps to fix nitrogen in the soil. This nitrogen is very essential for plants to grow. So directly plants cannot absorb nitrogen. So this Rhizobium bacteria, it will help to absorb nitrogen in the soil, and further roots can absorb easily. So Rhizobium bacteria help in fixing nitrogen in the soil, which is essential for the plants to grow. Next we'll see about virus. See, virus live in the body of the host organism. See, these viruses, they cannot live independently, because when they are independent, they are non-living things. These virus, when they are independent, they are non-living things. They don't have life. As soon as they enter into the body of other organism, they get life. So virus live in the body of the host organism. Host means, suppose you take this virus, coronavirus. When it is outside, it is not harmful. As soon as it enters into the body of a human body, it becomes active and it gets life. Then its job is to cause disease. So host means the person, and this virus which enters our body, it is called parasite. So virus live in the body of the host organism because they cannot live independently. When they are independent, they are like dead. So these viruses are not a benefit. There is no benefit from these viruses. But in bacteria, you see, there are few beneficial bacteria which you can make milk into curds, and the bacteria also help for fixing nitrogen in the soil. Some useful bacteria are there, but in virus, no use. They only cause diseases. They damage plants, animals and human beings. So they cause diseases like cold, flu and cough. Polio virus is there. It causes disease called polio. Polio means a person, if he is not treated properly with vaccine, polio drops, he may get paralysis. Paralysis is a disease. Your body strength will go off. You will become very weak. You will become bedridden. So polio virus cause disease polio. Nowadays vaccine you have, but when it enters our body, you cannot treat. Before it enters our body, you can take vaccine. Then it is curable. Tobacco mosaic virus is there. It causes diseases in plants. Understood? It causes diseases in plants. Down, coronavirus. This nowadays it is more popular. Coronavirus. It was originated in China in the year 2019. It causes disease like illness such as common cold and acute respiratory syndrome. Further, if it is ignored, it causes respiratory tract infection, or it will damage the lungs and the person will die. So this is coronavirus. Next, smallpox. It is a disease caused by variola virus. So this is another virus, variola virus. This virus causes disease smallpox. So Edward Jenner, his name, a scientist, he found vaccine to this disease smallpox. Edward Jenner. Understood? Next we'll continue. Now we'll see about algae. Algae are also microorganisms. Means some are unicellular and some others are multicellular. Algae are photosynthetic organism. They possess chlorophyll. So algae are photosynthetic, means they behave like plants only, but they are not plants because they do not have roots, leaves and stem. They only have chlorophyll, means they help in generating oxygen in the atmosphere, which is very useful for higher organisms. So algae is a microorganism. It is mostly aquatic. You can see algae in water. They do not have roots, leaves and stem. Some are unicellular and while others are multicellular. They are aquatic, seen in lakes, rivers and ponds. Even on wet walls during rainy season, on the wet walls you can see green patches in your compound. That green patches is nothing but it is algae. They are photosynthetic. That is why they are green color. There are different types of algae. Brown algae, blue green algae is there, red algae is there. Commonly we see green algae. Algae generates oxygen. See, they produce oxygen in the atmosphere. So they are very useful for human beings and higher organisms like plants and animals. So there are two types given here. The two types of algae are Chlamydomonas algae and Spirogyra. Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra are the two types of examples for algae. As these algae have chlorophyll, they can prepare their own food. Understood? Because they contain chlorophyll, they prepare their own food like plants. But they are not plants because they do not have leaves, roots and stem.